Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shawnie, that's Venus, and we are Pivot Pixie. If you are new here, make sure you hit subscribe and turn those post notifications on. And if you're already part of the family, what's up, what's poppin'? Thank you for supporting me. Now, in this video, I'm gonna be talking about the 5 things I think expats should stop doing, myself included. Now, a little backstory about me. I am originally from Atlanta, Georgia, but then I moved to Los Angeles, and in the thick of the panoramic, wink, wink, I moved to Mexico. I've been here for a year and 8 months. I am a legal Mexican resident. I went ahead and made it official. Go me, go me, go me. And so this video is really things I've noticed about expats during this course of almost 2 years of living in Mexico. Let's get into it. Number 1, expats should stop not learning the language of where they're moving to, myself included, y'all. Like, let me tell you a little story. When I moved to Mexico, the first thing I did was hire a Spanish tutor. I had her for about 3 months, and I was feeling really confident about my Spanish capabilities. And one day I went to the grocery store and I was looking for something in particular. I asked one of the workers where I could find it, on what aisle, and I asked in Spanish, and she laughed at me. And another worker was walking by, and I guess he was wondering like what she was laughing at. She told him, and they both laughed at me. And then she pointed towards the aisle, and y'all, I went on that aisle and I cried my eyes out. Like, my feelings was so hurt, because even if I said the wrong word or pronounced it funny, you could have corrected me, or you could have just asked for clarification. I would have pulled out Google Translate real quick, you know what I mean? So I just felt like really minimized. I felt really little, and I felt very embarrassed, and that situation pretty much altered the path of me learning Spanish. I haven't really tried since then because I don't want to be laughed at. That's not fun. My feelings, you know? So I have been feeling like me not knowing Spanish is altering the quality of life I have here. I promised myself in 2023 I would do better. So I have been actively practicing since, and I really desire to be bilingual, and I really want to learn conversational Spanish. So if you are also an expat and you move somewhere with a native tongue is not your first language, it would behoove you to learn the language. It's a sign of respect. It also shows that you're not a gentrifier and that you're really trying to integrate yourself in the culture. And it just shows that you care and you put effort and passion into becoming one with the people who, you know, are born and raised in this new land that you are inhabiting. Number 2, expats should stop only hanging out with expats. Now, I understand when you come to a new land, the comfort is in finding people that understand your plight, that come from where you come from, and you can automatically make friends. It's the easiest way. So I'm not shaming you, but it's the people who make no effort to get to know locals that make us look bad. You're just here occupying space, but you're not integrating yourself into the culture, and that is a problem. You're not trying to learn about the people who this land belongs to, you know? So I have a couple local friends. I met someone in a tattoo shop. I meet people all the time walking my dog, and I had a Mexican lover. They say the best way to integrate yourself into a new culture and learn a new language is to get a lover. So I found him, well, he found me, and that's been a big help, because the one thing locals can do for you is tell you the real, show you around town like no expat or visitor can, and really help you get comfortable in this new space. So it behooves you to make friends with them. But I understand if you don't know the language, then how you can make friends if they don't speak your language? It's hard, you know? It's like, ah! But at least try. Just try. Number 3, you should stop complaining. I just see this all the time, especially with Americans. They move to a new country with a completely different culture, with a new language, and then expect to live exactly how they were living in the United States. Like, are you delusional? Are you crazy? Like, what sense does that make? It doesn't, okay? The math ain't mathing at all. So if you're gonna move somewhere that has different cultural norms, don't sit back and complain about it. Try to either adjust to it, or over time, it won't bother you as much. For example, one thing I had to adjust to is, like, here in Mexico, they're like these people that drive around in these cars with speakers on them, and they just blast out like information. I don't know if it's about, I don't know what the information is about, but they're literally like just driving around blasting someone talking over a microphone. I'm a light sleeper. I wake up really easily. So I'm like, what the hell? What is this? Or maybe you're a fearful type person. So maybe you think it's like some kind of information about something that's about to happen or something. But then this is where local friends come in. They'll let you know that, oh, it's just somebody just talking some crap they believe in. They just driving around blasting it to everybody. This is what I'm saying. It all ties into each other. You know what I'm saying? All these points tie into each other. So you realize that, oh, it's not a big deal. This is someone who's passionate about some kind of cause and they just riding around talking about it. Or another thing, right, is like, I live in the Caribbean. And island time is a real thing. In the United States, you're probably used to things coming out swiftly, there being a certain level of customer service. And here, when you're in an island kind of vibe, beach town, it's like, take it easy, chill out. It's not that big of a deal. So I had to get used to things not coming as rapidly as I would like them, you know? But that's just how things are here. So it's like, don't come here and complain. If you think that it's something you cannot deal with, you can go back to where you came from. It's easy, it's simple. So stop complaining when things aren't operating how you think they should operate based off of your life experiences from your previous location. It's embarrassing, it's annoying, and it's just like, ugh, like you're making us all look bad. I don't like that. I don't like that. Number 4, stop acting like you're a country expert after living somewhere for a brief amount of time. You don't know. You only know what you've experienced. And for the most part, it's probably not even the full experience of being somewhere. So you can only speak on the things you have chosen to partake in. Because as someone who lives abroad with this YouTube channel and my Instagram and TikTok, people message me all the time wanting to know a lot of different information because maybe they're interested in moving abroad. And I can only tell them from my life experience. I don't want to give them like this biased report of a location, knowing goddamn well I don't even know much about this location. So I always tell them, hey, this is just what I've experienced. You could have completely different experience. And I always make that disclaimer because I don't want to scare someone from visiting somewhere, or I don't want to, you know, maybe hype something up and it's really not that way. That may not be their experience. So I really just try to come from a very realistic point of view from my experience, which is going to be different from a white male. You know what I mean? Like, we all have different life experiences. So when I'm putting out content, I am not trying to speak for all the expats. I'm not trying to speak for a mass population. I'm only speaking for myself. There's so much implied or comment, for example, that I have not experienced, that I do not know. So I would never get on Beyonce's internet and act like I'm some know-it-all, because I'm not. Okay? I am not. So when you're out here disseminating content, whether it be TikTok or Instagram reel or YouTube video, just be clear that this is your experience. Okay? All right. And the last and final thing, number 5, that expats should stop doing is turning a blind eye to the disparity of wherever you're moving to. Understand that you are privileged, not just in the new land that you're in, even privileged from where you're coming from, because not everyone has the ability to pick up and just start over in a new country. That is a privileged life to live, and I am hyper aware of it, literally hyper aware of it. And I feel like when you move somewhere new, the rose colored glasses are on for quite some time before you come back down to earth. For example, when I moved here, I didn't notice a homeless person until like month 5. I swear to God, I was just so hyped, like, oh my God, I live where you vacation, you know, like I was just excited about this new experience. The beach is my back door, blah, 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 blah. And it wasn't until I settled into this new lifestyle that I started to see homeless people. I started to see families, like literally husband, wife, kid, going through trash cans just to get aluminum cans to go take to the recycling bin to have money to feed themselves. You know what I mean? Like, it's like we have to realize the privilege we have, okay? You have to be conscientious of how you're moving in this new space so you're not offending the people that are from there, you know? You're privileged. Show humility in this new land, because although you have the ability to move here and live this blessed life, some of the people that's from there don't even ever get to experience what you may be experiencing. So it's just, you just got to be conscientious of your energy. You got to be conscientious of the space that you're taking up. And that's something that I realized, and I started feeling like a gentrifier. I really did, because I was like, dang, I'm really here just like riding my bike, merry and jolly, when I'm riding past families that don't have much. I'm riding past houses that are half built but hold entire families. You know what I mean? Like, and it took a mental toll on me for a long time before I realized, like, what can I do to give back? What can I do to not look like someone that's just here flaunting this lifestyle in front of people? Sorry, I had to turn the angle of the camera. I could notice that the light kept getting darker and darker, but I'm no Mother Teresa, but certain things I do to give back to the local community, such as shopping local. And although I live in like a tourist area, I try to spend my coins in local restaurants. Oh my gosh, it's getting so dark. What the heck? Apologies about this natural light. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's all God. Anyways, when I am sick of maybe wearing certain clothes, I pack them up and I give them to a charity here, or I give them to my maintenance man because he knows people that are in need. It's like little things you can do to not be a gentrifier. If you're an expat and one or multiple of the 5 reasons I gave today made you go, ouch, maybe you should check yourself. We have to do better, okay? We have to occupy space more graciously, all right? And we are starting today, okay? Pinky promise me right now. Okay, cool. Don't break it. All right. If you enjoyed this video, if this was informative, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment below if you think of anything else I missed out on, and let's have a discussion, because we have to. All right, I'll see y'all in the next video from me and my hot dog that's over here heavily panting. Let me go get her some water. Okay, bye y'all.